Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this particular video, we're going to be talking about drawing. I know, shocker, I know. Um, but talking about, I guess, drawing and getting better, but getting better is not really the focus. The focus is more of draw what you like. And I guess that'll be the subject of, or the title of this video. Draw what you like and don't be concerned about everyone else. I think I might have touched on this subject in another video, but I really want to. I really feel like this subject is important because I feel like so many people, or I feel like people get so hung up on, and specifically artists, and I'll say like newer artists, get hung up on what other people, or if other people will like their art, and not necessarily the style or their technical skills. I'm talking more on the subject, right? Um, you know, is someone going to like this picture of I'm trying to think, of this draft that I drew? Or am I only going to, quote unquote, get, 5 likes? But I see that, my phone keeps ringing, but I see that frogs, tree frogs, are the hottest thing right now for for uh, on social media right now when it comes to drawing. So should I draw tree frogs because that's what's gonna get me the likes, and that's what's gonna get more people to look at my art? But I don't actually even like drawing tree frogs. I actually think tree frogs are weird. I don't think tree frogs are weird. I'm just saying hypothetically. I think tree frogs are weird, and I don't even like drawing frogs. But I see that everyone is drawing frogs right now because that's the newest thing right now. So, should I draw tree frogs even though I don't want to draw them? I actually like drawing drafts, but no one likes drafts right now for whatever reason. And I think drawing what you like will do a couple different things. One, I think drawing what you like will help you get better at art faster because you're going to spend more time drawing, painting, whatever you do, whatever type of craft you do. You're going to spend more time drawing because you're going to be drawing the things that you like, even if it's different subjects, whether it be trees, and then you like drawing rabbits, and then you like drawing clouds. You're drawing the subjects that you like. One, you're going to get better because you're going to be drawing more. Two, you're going to get better at drawing those subjects because you're so interested in them and you're spending so much time drawing them. Three, you actually might get better at being able to draw those things from from your imagination, because maybe you've started to learn how to break that particular subject matter down into basic forms to where you can now manipulate those forms and create different iterations or your own creation from that particular subject matter. And then four, you can, when you draw those things, maybe you'll find something else that you like that either is related or completely different from those things. And then you'll find an interest in that and you'll start drawing that more and you'll become more interested in that. You'll draw and you'll get better at that particular subject. And you'll be able to experiment with how you handle that subject matter. Maybe you loved drawing clouds and you got really good at drawing clouds. You learned different techniques on how to apply rendering and shadow and all this other stuff working with, we'll say, pencil. And then you've got a good understanding of how to create clouds, how to represent them in a drawing with pencil, but now you want to work on to inks. Well, because you already feel comfortable drawing this subject matter, now it's just learning a different medium. So drawing that subject isn't going to be as difficult anymore because you already enjoy the subject. You've been drawing it for a while. So it's just applying what you've learned and applying it to a different medium. And the real focus at that point is going to be learning that medium. And then say maybe once you've learned that medium, and say you work with ink and you don't like ink, and you're just like, you know what, I love drawing clouds, but I want to start working in actually painting clouds. Well, you've already been drawing clouds for so long. Like I said, this could be any subject matter. I'm just saying clouds. And, with painting, well, you can go ahead and rough in a sketch or even do a detailed drawing of clouds if you want, and then paint over that. And at that point, you're just learning how to use the medium and learning techniques that go with that medium to produce the effects that you want. And regardless if anyone likes your stuff or not, you like it because it is something you enjoy. And that is all that matters. And I feel, and even if you're trying to create a business or create a living from that, you'll find your clan. You'll find the people that genuinely like or love clouds as much as you do, and they love how you draw clouds or love how you paint clouds or however you represent clouds, whatever, and they want your stuff. That's, and I know people say like, oh, well, and I think before social media, it was a lot harder to find like your clan, your people, your audience. But with the help of social media, and being able to have people view your stuff from across the world, whether that be through your own website, whether that be through blogs or videos or threads, all that stuff. It's a lot easier for people to find people that enjoy the same thing, There's so many niches out there, and there's so many people who are looking for people to produce stuff within that niche that might be rare, that you might not see. Like I'm gonna give a weird example. Let's say power boxes, like electrical boxes, right? I don't know if there's a niche out there for that, but I'm just saying we're just gonna use that as an example. Maybe you love drawing power boxes. You love the different ones that maybe go on different buildings and different countries and states and all the things that go within that, the labels that go on these power boxes. And you and all the things that go within a power, all that stuff, right? That's your thing. That's your go-to. And maybe there are people out there who love power boxes, or they love in the industrial things, and power boxes is not something that a lot of people would just focus on drawing. So but this is something you enjoy doing, and then you find your people who love industrial art and who might just enjoy art of power boxes, and you have now found your audience, and they like your stuff, and they want your stuff, and you build an audience from that, and maybe they know people who enjoy the stuff that you draw, and they want, and that's how you build your people. That's how you find your people. But it's all based on you drawing things that you already enjoy drawing versus trying to follow trends and follow niches. And I think if you look back with trends right now, I mean, trends go in and out so fast nowadays because of social media, I think. Like, I remember when the Stanley Cup, and I know that's more consumerism, but still pretty much a trend. When the Stanley Cup was like all the craze, and I couldn't understand. I personally don't even have a Stanley, and I couldn't understand what the craze was about. But people were pretty much running over people, stealing. Pushing people for these cups for particular colors and limited collaborations and all the rest of this stuff, right? And then what happened less than a year later? The craze fell out. You've got people who have hundreds of Stanley Cups, when it's like all you need is like maybe one or two. Yeah, I'll even say three if you want to spice it up. But it fell in and out so quickly. You've got the Labubus, I think is what they're called, right? At first, people didn't know what they really were, and then they were selling like hotcakes. People were going crazy over them. Like, you had people standing outside of lines for hours upon hours around malls. To the point where lines were in the parking lot, circling the building, all the rest of the stuff. People having to call the cops for security because people were acting like they had no type of sense. Scalpers and all the rest of all just the craziness that was with this trend. And then what happened? I don't even know if people. You could probably go into a store that actually carries actual licensed Labubus and probably pick up one, and not be as crazy as it was. I mean, you have people who are literally breaking into people's cars for these things, and now I think there's still a following for them, but it's not. I don't think it's as crazy as it was when they first really caught on. So all of this to pretty much say, don't follow trends. Draw what you like, or create what you want to create, and hopefully, just create what you want to create. Period. And if you are looking to create a living off of that, just do the legwork to find your people and your audience and stuff like that. But even if you're not, draw what you want to draw because that's what you like to draw. Create what you want to create because that's what you want to create. And if you're not quite sure Or if you're just like, I don't know, create. Was the guy Tim McBurney did I have a few of his courses, and he talks about this in one of his YouTube videos. Create a like list. And a like list is just pretty much, for me, it's the things that I like to draw. And an example, I'll actually pull up my like list and read it to you guys. But it can be as detailed or as simple as you want. Like, my like list consists of dragons, warriors, sorcerers, wizards, battles, animal companions, ancient gods, Egyptian armor, Asian armor, weapons, queens, villages, trolls, trees, superheroes, big cats, guards, zombies, gladiators, ninjas, magic, masks, monsters, animals, creatures, incorporating any type of creatures, werewolves, like lake scenery, altars, more on the fantasies type aspect, large rocks, bridges, stuff like that. So those are kind of trees, I think, if I didn't mention that earlier. That's the stuff that I like to draw. So if I ever feel like I just don't know what to draw, or I don't know what I can maybe work on, if I'm confused, like if I want to study something, I'm not quite sure, I can go to my like list and I can pull up stuff. Like, I like drawing villages, like fantasy villages, concept, all that stuff, right? If I want to work on drawing villages that day or studying villages, at the end of the day, I'm studying architecture. If I'm wanting to draw trolls, well, I can look up what makes a troll and look at those individual things and maybe, start working on changing certain things and altering certain things. But at the end of the day, I'm drawing stuff that I genuinely like drawing. I like drawing dungeons, so I can draw like thumbnail out scenes of what particular dungeon might look like. I can draw like stairways, and what type of scenes can I draw that would incorporate a stairway. Those are the things that I like, and I know some of them are a little bit weird because you're like, stairways, like what? But stairways can have a really cool feeling or a very ominous feeling to them depending on the environment, because it's like you never really know either what's at the bottom of the stairs or what's at the top of the stairs or what's around the corner of the stairs. Like, there's that feeling that you can really incorporate, or if they're broken, or disintegrating and stuff like that, like what's the story behind that. Like, so at the end of this, it's just draw what you like. If you're not quite sure, if you don't, you want to nail down stuff that you like, create a like list of things that you just like drawing. Like drawing house cats, write that down. You like drawing clouds, cool. You like drawing trees, you like drawing bushes, you like drawing street lamps, cool, whatever. At the end of the day, draw what you like. That's all that matters. And that's it. And I'm out. Peace.